Yo, what's good, everybody? Got another Beers with Barton. It is Sunday Fun Day, December 14th, 2025. Yes, Christmas is like 11 days away. Not like it is. Kind of crazy. So, McKayla has her finals next week, and it'll be the last week that I have to go into the office because the week of Christmas, I'm off most of that week, and then the following week, I'm off the entire week until the 2nd, which is Friday. So, looking forward to a break. Been a lot of good activities. We're at a friend's house last night for a Christmas get together. That was fun. Really just want to do a quick video. Niners won today too. That crazy enough, McKayla got a concussion last week at school during PE. The story is she was sitting or walking, talking to someone, and someone kicked a soccer ball. Actually, it was one of her best friends. So of course it was an accident. Kicked a soccer ball. She turned her head. It hit her like in the back of the head, I think. A little bit different story from the teacher, saying that she was walking, looking at her phone and not paying attention. So regardless, but this happens Wednesday. She ends up going to the nurse because she said her head was starting to hurt, like light sensitivity, all that good stuff. Not good stuff, all that stuff with a concussion, and very confusing. So, the nurse called us, called my wife, happened to get a hold of her. And we thought that the school had said, hey, she has a concussion. So we called the doctor. The doctor was like, well, she has a concussion. Take her to urgent care. There's all this paperwork you have to do. So Jess takes her to urgent care. Urgent care says, we don't deal with concussions. Go to the doctor. We're like, hey, we thought they had diagnosed her, but we found out they can't actually diagnose. The nurse was just saying, we think she does. Here's some accommodations. So McKayla's doctor goes, okay, it's a mild concussion. You have to go through all this stuff to get it cleared. So end up going, the school ended up, the trainer who wasn't there that day, the athletic trainer who can actually clear her, said bring her to the game Friday night. There was a basketball game. They go through it, still can't clear. We're like, great, all this paperwork. So had an appointment this morning with the doctor at 8 a.m. after doing a little partying last night. Jessica was nice enough to let me sleep. She took her, and they finally got her cleared. And she is saying she's feeling much better. And now she's got all this paperwork she got to take back to get filled out. It is just so confusing. We hope we never have to go through this again, but we learned a lot that schools can't actually diagnose. It has to be a doctor. Her doctor's office probably doesn't specialize in them. There's like a sports and medicine place you're supposed to go to, but they weren't open. It was just an absolute nightmare, but and she's still getting over a head cold. So her head hasn't been doing great, but she said it's starting to feel better for sure today. She said if she's like in prolonged, lights or quick movements, it's still, her head starts pounding a little bit, but kind of crazy. And just the steps you have to go through and who diagnoses what. And technically she's not in sports season because she cheered for football. Football season's over, but she does competitive cheer. They're a competitive cheer. So there's still practices and there's competitions coming up. So she has to be cleared for it. She can't practice till she can. She missed some school last week. She missed Thursday because the doctor, when we went Thursday morning, said, you need to take at least a day. So all the studying for finals and all like the review stuff she missed, but she says she's good. She was able to give her marketing presentation, which is considered a final. Go ahead, bud. Go outside. Go be busy. Go. Go outside. Go. Go. And it's freezing out here in Charlotte, so Potter does not want to go outside, but she's able to give her presentation on Friday. She didn't feel great about the presentation part. She felt she kind of rushed through it a little bit. Made me read from a little bit more, but she said it's her last class today. Said she still wasn't feeling 100%, but since she got it done on Friday, she doesn't have to go in and give her final next week. So she was motivated to get it done, which I get. There's no final, so she's good with all that. But what a journey. Feel bad for the kid, obviously, that she had to go through all this, but also Jessica had to deal with just the runaround and this and that. Not great communication on how this all works from the school, to be honest. And the doctor had no clue. So we learned from this, if anything happens at school, they can't diagnose her there. You got to take her to, a doctor, obviously, and then go through like a protocol step. So step one was she got cleared. She still has some stuff she has to do, and she has to take back paperwork, but just just craziness. Thankful that Jessica dealt with it and did the research. She's much better and patient than I am. But anyways, important thing, McKayla's feeling a lot better. And she, I think, is doing well. She rested a lot on Thursday. I think she slept for like 3 or 4 hours right after she got back from the doctor. And said she seems to be sleeping pretty well at night. So that's good. But yeah, fun times. And then we were thinking she was going to get cleared on Friday, but she just didn't pass whatever the tests were. And we originally said she couldn't go to the basketball game because, bright lights, all that stuff, a lot of movement. But we thought she was going to get cleared. We're like, fine, if you get cleared, you can stay. And we picked up one of her friends, assuming she was going to get cleared, because my wife had talked to the athletic trainer. He made it sound like, yeah, I can take care of this, Anyways, so they did end up staying, but it was fine. Jess and I went and had some dinner and hung out, and then I went and grabbed the girls, dropped her friend off. She came back home and rested. She was fine. Went to dance on Saturday. She couldn't really participate because technically she hadn't been cleared yet, or she hadn't been cleared, but she just kind of watched to see if there's any more choreography. And then we rested a lot yesterday, and then we went to the party and then slept well, and then this morning got up and went to the doctor, and then we did church, and she had a dance Christmas party at her studio. So anyway, she's feeling better, but just kind of crazy how this all works. Never dealt with anything like this before, and I guess now we kind of know somewhat what the process is, and it doesn't surprise me that it was my kid that got hit in the head with a soccer ball because she wasn't paying attention. It adds up, but after next week, she'll be done with her first semester of school, and she'll get almost 3 weeks off, like 2.5 weeks. They go back June, I think, 5th, or January, like 5th, I think. So next week, last week for all of us to grind. Jessica's off after next Friday, and we're actually going up to Chapel Hill. I need to do a video from there on Monday the 22nd to go to a Tar Heels game. So we'll drive up at lunchtime, tour the campus like we always do. McKayla still wants to go to Chapel Hill. It's a beautiful campus. We'll go to the game. It's at 8 o'clock. Then we'll find some place to watch the second half of the Niners. They play Monday night in the Colts versus Old Man Rivers. Stay the night, and then, we'll come home the next day, around lunchtime. But after, it's about a 2-hour drive, so it's not bad because we're going to church that evening, Christmas church, and a bunch of activities planned with friends and parties and get-togethers and Christmas Eve stuff and Christmas Day. So a lot of good stuff coming up. Hopefully McKayla will continue to feel better. Sounds like hopefully the concussion's getting better, and hopefully she can get rid of this head cold and cough, which has kind of lingered for her since before Thanksgiving. So it's been like 3 weeks. So hopefully she's getting there. But anyways, that's it. Fun times. Yeah, guess this stuff happens. So gonna do a quick one. This is a Tropiquench'l. It's a hazy style Indian IPA with tangerine, orange, and passion fruits from Heist. Haven't had this one before. I don't know if this is a newer one or I just haven't had it, but grabbed some from Lowe's Foods. Since right now I'm not grabbing any Sycamore because you can't find it, even if you wanted to. That's another story for another time. People who are local out here to Charlotte know what I'm talking about. Brewery out here, one of my favorites. But anyways, so I guess cheers to concussions and getting them cleared and learning the process and hoping your kid's okay. So, man, oh man. All right, this one's a 6.5er. Niners win. Cheers. Whew. Yep, I definitely have not had this one. It'd be more of a sipper. It's a little that you definitely get the citrusy stuff from the orange, I guess passion fruit. I don't really know what that tastes like, but the tangerine, a little bitterness, but it's good, not a bad bitter. Wowzer. All right. Tropiquench'l. Thanks, Heist. Whew. Hopefully I don't get a concussion from that. Cheers. All right, guys, that's it. Hope everyone's going to be able to take some time off around the holidays. Hope hopefully no one gets concussions. Until next time.